Yes, great song. Thanks for setting that up. I want to talk about Darlene. Darlene arrived super ahead of schedule, barely 2 pounds. She was born to a 13-year-old mother and was left in the hospital for 6 months. You know, they kind of put you in little incubators like baby crock pots, just stick it on high and let's see what happens. So think about this. 6 months. No mom, no dad, no car rides, trip to the stores, smells, sounds of a kitchen, a TV in the background, a routine. She laid there for the first 6 months of her life. But then things took a turn. And they found a family that said, you know, she's doing good with the crock pot. And they said she could get out of it and go to a home. #goals. She went into that home with a mom and a dad and a brother. But there was a dragon there. There was a dragon setting her up, potentially for the rest of her life. 6 months after that, so this is about a week before Darlene's 1-year birthday, a social worker shows up. And they found this baby in the back of a closet, wearing a dress with days worth of crust, diaper rash from here to eternity, and wearing 2 left shoes. She couldn't eat any food because they had squeezed her through the middle. She couldn't even hold down Jell-O, almost a year old. She could not express her distress by crying because they had strangled her. And the only notice that she was not okay would be the big tears running down her cheeks. She's off to a good start. And a social worker shows up and says, damn, and took Darlene and took her to downtown Los Angeles, walked her in and said, just grab this baby, stick her somewhere. So in the Rolodex was Lester and Nelda. And across town, they had been praying for Darlene for years. So he calls, hey, we got one down here on the lot. You still want one? And come kick the tires, check her out. It's like, wait, what? Okay, there's no diapers, no food, no clothes, no toys, no high chair, there's nothing. But a dragon lurking. Because Lester and Nelda could have said, call me back in 6 months, we gotta go shopping. They said, we'll be right there. So they go down, and they walk in, and they see Darlene still in the crusty dress, thankfully a fresh diaper, and the 2 left shoes. No eating, no crying. They're like, you just pull her out of a vending machine. I mean, how does this happen? How old is she? And they're like, we don't even know. Like, they're having to look through the file. And they said, when's her birthday? And they shared, and Nelda and Lester were like, whoa. That was their wedding anniversary. It's like, date stamp. God said that one, take that one. And they took her home. They said, what are we going to do with her? Well, we're going to change the narrative, right? There's a dragon at the door that's about ready to take hostage her story for the rest of her life. Abandoned, abused, given up. All true. But are you listening to the dragon tell the story? Or are you telling the dragon, this is the story? Who's in control? Who's grabbing the narrative in your life? So they got this sweet little baby home, and they said, we're really good at marketing. We should do a whole rebranding thing. And Nelda's like, yeah, Darlene doesn't roll off the tongue. The family before had been calling her Debbie and Deborah. No. So Nelda says, we're going to call her Desiree. It's a beautiful name. But Lester said, no, because there's Lester, Les Jr., and Nelda, who went by her middle name Lee. So there's a lot of L's going on. So now let's just go with the theme. And somehow that got hijacked because the dad said no. He changed the narrative. He changed the story. And they named that baby Janelle Leslie Anderson. How many dragons in your life are the could have beens? See, here's what happened. I knew all my life that was the story, but I gave it no power because I was surrounded by dragon slayers. My parents were full-on hardcore dragon slayers. Not perfect, but they made sure that I knew that I was chosen. I told my brother, dude, they got stuck with you, man. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, you are proof that my parents should not breed. I'm just saying, okay? I, however, on the courthouse steps was the easiest delivery of all time. My mom's like, let me have the pen, and just there it went. It's okay, he loves me, it's good. And then life went on. Life went lifey, okay? And life is good, and you do the things, and it's up and it's down, and it's all over the place, and it zigs and it zags, and you move, and you go to 3 high schools, and you get a bad attitude, and then you decide to go to college. And you meet the college sweetheart, and you see oh my God, he's so cute. Oh my God, how's my hair? Okay, act natural. Oh my God, hey. Yeah, I'm an RA in the dorms. Which building are you in? Oh, I'll be right over. So I married the boy. Let me tell you, that wedding, full-on formal sit-down dinner, Long Beach, California, 300 people. We closed it down, 2 o'clock in the morning. We're all, okay? It was so good. The marriage, however, not so much. So I want you to go back in your mind. I want you to go back to September 11th. We all remember where we were, what we were doing, what we were wearing, how you woke up, how you found out. And I stood in the living room, a very, very perfect 4-bedroom, 2-bath tract house in Orange County. And he pulled out his cell phone, and he called his mistress to make sure she was okay and not too upset. I'm like, dude, I'm standing right here. Remember, there was that day, and I had the big white dress, and there were all these things you said you wouldn't do. Remember that day? And as I watched those buildings come down, I watched my marriage come down. And that set me into a 5-year dragon slayer mode. And I came out the other side of that divorce, and I thought, hell's bells, look at me, I'm a survivor. I did this. Oh yeah, I'm out. I'm gonna move to Wyoming. I'm gonna get a Suburban. I'm gonna find a cowboy. It's gonna be epic. It's not tiny at all, close to what happened. Because what I didn't know at the time was that 5-year program was the warm-up. It was the bunny slope to the black diamond of you've got to be freaking kidding me. That was about to be a total of 16 years of my life. In that 16 years, you're welcome, I lost every piece of my identity. The marriage is gone. The children we were trying to conceive. My career. My mother died. My dad went off the deep end. My sister-in-law dropped dead. My best friend moved away. I lost my job, my reputation, my money, and my health. Even the dog died. Yeah. So why? Because pain, for pain's sake, why? So what happened is I realized people would say, Janelle, tell me your story. What happened? All the things. Tell me, give me the rundown. I'd be like, well, this happened. And then everyone's looking at me consistently like, I have 3 heads, and 2 of them have cilantro in their teeth. Why are you all looking at me? Oh, girl. How are you not at Happy Farms in your bathrobe eating pudding? I'm like, I don't know. Am I supposed to be at Happy Farms eating pudding? I think I'm okay. And that's when I started realizing consistency. Why were people asking me how I did this? Why were people asking me if I'm okay? Why were people asking me how the dragons, yet again, did not sink their claws into the story of my life? That they didn't hijack my identity. So what I realized is, thank God I had a little bit of a different wiring, and somehow I blame my mother and Jesus. I don't know, they can divvy it up. When I recalled all those identities I lost, I realized one very significant thing. I never attached my value and worth as a human being to any of those identities. The wife, the daughter, Nurse Janelle's always on duty, the executive, right? And that's when I realized my value, just like yours, is not because of. It is not what you drive. It is not what you wear. It's not where you live. It's not whether you did or did not go to college. It's not what you look like. Your value as a human being, it's not because of, it just is. So I started sharing this message around the world, and I got the same reaction. Oh my God. No one's ever told me that. No one's ever given me permission to live completely free. Because you guys, your identities were never meant to be in the bucket of fluctuation. Have as many identities as you want. Buy some on Amazon. It's okay. Okay? Do all the things. But what I'm saying to you, in spite of what Cosmo Magazine or your mother-in-law or your ex or your third grade teacher said to you, your value is not based on valuable skills, talents, and gifts that you execute out in the world, that you crush at home because you should be on the cover of Awesome Mom Magazine. That's absolutely correct. You should, and I'll buy that copy. Because if I took you and I put you on the backside of the moon and let you stare out into space and eternity, and you had no mechanism to execute your valuable skills, talents, and gifts, where's your value? When first responders and military run towards danger while the rest of us are like, damn, stuff's on fire, okay? My godson, who's an EMT, he doesn't run in and go, the building's on fire. Let me see your resume. Okay? Our innate human wiring is our value. It just is. If I brought Darlene back, time machine, and I put that baby in your arms, do I have to train your heart or your head to know that that baby has value? No. It's instinctual. It's primal. It's the factory setting that we were all born with. And I'm here to ask you to push the reset button. I'm asking you to say, today is the first day of the rest of my life, because I'm going to live a value-impacted life, and I'm going to choose to say, yes, my value is not because of, it just is. It's not what I drive, what I wear, where I live. I don't care if you root for the Denver Broncos. It's okay. We'll talk later. Right? This is the magic of it, you guys. I am giving you permission, and I'm giving you an invitation to say, I am a one-off magical creation in the entire universe. There's never been one of you. There'll never be another one of you. Tag, you're it. I hear you back there. Yes, yes. Tag, you're it. You're it. In all of time, space, and dimension. So why do I have to care about your resume? You're a magical piece of art floating around on this third rock from the sun. You get to walk around like, that's right, I certainly am. And if you're not sure, remember this moment. That redhead in Boise, Idaho said yes. I said yes to you, I see you. And if more people can operate in this space, what would happen to the bullying rates? What would happen to the suicide rates if people connected with their value? Amen, sister. Yes, amen to that. Yes. What could our world look like if we all lived in that value-impacted life? When your mother-in-law wants to come over for Thanksgiving and bag on your mashed potatoes and gravy, that's fine. Call me later. I'll tell you how to fix that. But you can see where she's coming from now. She's hurt. She's grasping for control because she doesn't know what you know now. So I want to be the first person to say to you, welcome. Welcome. Welcome to this space where I see you and you see each other now. Because your value, it is not because of. Ladies and gentlemen, it just is. I'm Janelle Anderson. Thank you. Look, it's Uncle Doug. I see you. I see you. I see you. I see you, Lindsay. I see you, Misty. I see you. I see you, Kylie. I see you, Megan. I see you. I see all of you, Debbie. I see you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Have an epic day.